Hello guys, we all know what's going all over the world, and recently we have heard the news that United States have applied lockdown very late, and somewhere or the other the whole world is blaming their government for that. But there are some economic barriers which stop US economy from applying lockdown. So why it is difficult economically for USA to impose lockdown? So guys, there are various reasons for this, but all the reasons can be subcategorized under this too. Average and marginal propensity to save is very low in US. What is this and how it affects the lockdown we are going to see in the video later on. And what is capitalist economy and how being a capitalist economy is a barrier for US to apply lockdown we are going to discuss in some minutes. So what is average and marginal propensity to save? Propensity to save in economics is the total proportion of total income or an increase in income that is saved rather than being spent. What is this actually? Suppose this is the income of an individual and the person spends the income which I am shading in purple color. So the income in the purple color is spent by the person, and the income I am shading and the part which I am shading with yellow is saved with that person. So what is average propensity to save? Average propensity to save is that yellow portion divided by that purple portion. What is it? The amount saved out of the total income. The amount saved out of the total income is average propensity to save. So you must be thinking, what is marginal propensity then? So marginal propensity is proportion of increased income which is saved. So suppose earlier the income of a person was this much, and now the income has increased to this much, and with this increased income, if person saves this portion and person consumes this portion. So what will be marginal propensity? That would be this portion divided by this portion. So basically the proportion of income which is saved below divided by the increase in income. So for an example, if the income of person increases from 100 to 110, then that 10 rupees increase in income, and how much amount of that 10% is saved of that income will be marginal propensity to save. So further we would definitely discuss how this affects. So now, before discussing how it affects, we are going to discuss an example for this. So income of A is 100 rupees and he saves rupees 10 of that. We have to find APS, that's marginal, that's average propensity to save. So that will be the amount that is saved divided by the total income, that is 100. So that becomes 0.1 here. And similarly, marginal propensity to save, the income of person is increased. I would repeat my word. The income of the person is increased by 100, and out of that increased income, out of that additional income, 100 rupees is of that additional income of 100 rupees, the person saves rupees 20 in this example. So what will be marginal propensity? It would be the savings, that is 20, divided by the increase in income, that is 100. So answer would be 0.2. I hope with this example, the concept of average propensity and marginal propensity to save is crystal clear. Even this is not related with this video, but I would state a fact. Average propensity to consume and average propensity to save, the total of these two is always 1. Why? Because out of the income, a part would be saved and a part would be given or expend. So if part of an income is expense and other part is savings, then definitely total of savings and income would be that whole part, and whole part divided by whole part would be 1. So moving toward further slides, meaning. I would again repeat the meaning if someone would have missed the meaning before. Income saved out of the average income is average propensity to save, and income saved out of the additional income earned is marginal propensity to save. So you may clearly see the difference between average propensity and marginal propensity. In average propensity, the numerator is savings. Even in marginal propensity, the numerator is savings. But the difference is in denominators. In average propensity, total income is the base, or rather average total income is the base, and in marginal propensity to save, additional income is the base. So I hope this concept would be crystal clear. So now finally, how this affects and how this plays the role of a barrier for US economy, we are going to discuss some interesting and relatable facts. The marginal propensity to consume in United States is very high, and around just 5% of the income which is extra earned by all is saved. So if a person earns 100 rupees extra, then he just saves rupees 5 extra. See the difference in case of India. Whereas in India it is 30%. So if a person in India earns rupees 100, he saves rupees 30 of that. And in America, if a person earns rupees 100, then if a person earns rupees 100 extra, then he just saves 5 rupees of it. What are the reasons for this? Basically, there are two reasons. First is casual approach, and second is due to the facilities available in United States. What are the facilities available? Like old age home and various pension schemes with government and etc. are available in United States. So the mentality of each and every individual is that in the future we are going to get the sufficient amount to survive. So today all of them believe that we should live a luxurious life, we should increase our expenditure to luxuries. Whereas in India, the future is uncertain, and because of that, we all have habit to save more amount of income which is earned. So this is the difference, and how this affects the lockdown. Just understand how it affects the lockdown. Suppose the economic activities in the nation of US are closed for some time. Then the savings of each and every individual in United States is very, very, very less. So they do not have enough savings. On the other hand, they do not have even savings. This is one reason. They do not have enough savings. On the other hand, they even need more amount of money to survive because they have converted their luxuries to necessities. They have converted their luxuries to necessities, and now the case in United States is that people cannot live without luxuries, and this definitely play a key role that US cannot apply lockdown very fast because there are two. Just understand the effect of these two together. Saving is less and need is more. So how the person would manage? So this stops US from doing so. And this was justified by a statement of the president of US that the people of US are not meant for sitting at home. They are meant to work. So why he said so? Because he knows that the savings of the people in US are very less as compared to other countries, and they know that if lockdown is there, then savings would definitely affect badly people, because even their necessities have increased. And in India, the situation is completely opposite. We save a lot, and our necessities are always less. We don't need luxuries to survive. We can survive on necessities. So see the difference. So because of this reason, US finds it very difficult to impose lockdown. So moving further, so what we can conclude from this point: when marginal propensity to save is less, economy cannot be closed. Economy cannot be closed for a longer period of time. Economy cannot be closed for a long time. And whereas if the marginal propensity to save is more, economy can be closed for some time with ease, because persons have savings and their needs are very, very, very less. One more point here I would like to discuss. What shows this less marginal propensity to save? This shows the casual approach of the citizens, and this casual approach also stops them from applying lockdown, because persons are they cannot be serious for their future, and that is the capacity, that is the habit which they have developed, that they would live with luxuries rather than savings. So expense would always be greater, and this stops United States from applying lockdown. One point I would discuss at this point, which I have left behind, is this: marginal propensity to save is even negative in US in some cases. You must be wondering how it can be negative. So it can be negative if the increase in savings is less than increase in income, or rather savings are less than zero. You must be wondering how. Suppose a person earns rupees 100. Suppose a person earns rupees 100, and for that 100 rupees he earns, he spends 105 rupees. You must be wondering how. So this 5 rupees can be through bank loan or through any other finance. Generally we take cars, houses on finance, so that makes our savings negative. So in US, people are so casual about their future that sometimes even the marginal propensity is negative. So you may understand the deep struggle which the US economy would face if they impose lockdown for a longer time, because you can't change the need and luxuries of person, and you can't even give them money, because they have limited savings, and they need luxuries to survive. So moving forward, now moving to the second point, how being a capitalist economy, how being a capitalist economy affects the decision of barrier to lockdown. Firstly, we would discuss all the three types of economies, and with this we would end. In socialist economy, the control of economy is with the government. In capitalist, it's with the private sector. We would just ignore mix because it is a combination of these two, and this is not very much relatable to our topic. So, in socialist, control of economy is with the government, whereas in capitalist it is with the private sector, and contribution in economic of public sector is high in socialist, and in capitalist contribution of public sector is low. How it affects? Just think, if all the industries are closed down, then how the economy would survive, because all the economic activities are carried by private individuals. So all the activities are carried out by private individuals, and as the activities are carried by private individuals and we close down the economy, then the economy won't survive, because the contribution of government is very less in the economy. In India is a mixed economy, and in India we have seen that government services like electricity etc. are on, but in United States even electricity is in private hand sector. So if every industry is closed, then private sector would be closed, and then how the country will survive? You can't give permission to one private sector and take out the permission from other private sector, but you can take all the permission out from the private sector and make the government run. But in capitalist economy this is not possible. Whereas the second part of this only, in China, lockdown was very successfully imposed. Why? Because each and every control is with the government. If the government wants that we should close the shops, then government can easily do it. If the government wants to close any particular sector, then government can easily do it. But in US, which is the example of capitalist economy, they can't do it. Suppose a private individual carries a shop, and in capitalist economy he has not given any permission to open his shop, then he may deceive the government and go to shop. Such activities may happen in capitalist economy because control of the government is not that perfect. And in socialist economy it can't be possible. And one last reason where capitalist economy is not a boon for United States now. In socialist economy, the basic needs are fulfilled by government. The basic needs are fulfilled by government, and hence rich and poor, the gap between rich and poor is very less. The gap between rich and poor is very less, and whole important and necessaries are under government sector only, so they can supply it. From capitalist point of view, even the basic necessities like food etc. are with the hand of private individuals. So it may be the case that in capitalist economy the private individuals are not able to handle the situation all over the country. The government can easily, because government has control in socialist, but in capitalist government has minimal control, and because of it rich are more richer than poor. Rich are more richer. Here rich were just richer. So if the rich are more richer, then think about this poor class. And even the supply of food grains is not with the government, so this poor class would not get food on time. So these are the two reasons which plays as a barrier for the economy of US to impose lockdown. So thank you for watching this video. You may find me at, if you want to connect with me, you may search Quotes for Your Success on Instagram, or if you want to connect with me through every platform, even through WhatsApp, just mail me on this mail ID. I would surely reply and we would communicate together and learn a lot from each other. Just now to revise the whole, why it is difficult economically to USA to impose lockdown. Now you know both the reasons. Average propensity and marginal propensity in capitalist economy. Average and marginal propensity to save, meaning you all know. So yeah, these were the reasons why US is not able to impose lockdown very successfully. So guys, if you have liked this video, I am sure if you are watching this video till this time, then you have surely liked the video. Then do like this video and share it with your friends so that they would also gain some knowledge of the world economy which is going through. So thank you guys for watching this video, and be at home and be safe.